Take one.
Action!
Looking at the camera.
Yeah, just look at.
Yeah, it's just shank body.
Keep that out. Yeah. How?
So go a little quicker.
Oh boy, okay.
Hi, my name's Katai Maniola, and I'm playing Jonah in our movie Rays of the Sun. He's been exposed to a really gritty world that's been destroyed by this solar flare.
So a solar flare comes and hits the Earth. And what happens with that? Well, the atmosphere crumbles. And then eventually plant life dies. Animals die. And then humans die as well. And now our story picks up about 20 years from this incident. And the world seems to be rebuilding itself, but there's still a main problem. That problem is the fact that the sun has not lost its harm. Our characters have to bundle up, essentially, almost like it's wintertime, in order to escape the rays of the sun that are literally harming them and putting basically third-degree burns on their skin if they're exposed at all. Originally, I wasn't sold on doing this post-apocalyptic kind of idea. You know, it's just very, very difficult.
But kind of kept pushing them, edging into them, and by the end of the night, we're sitting in his car outside the movie theater, and we're talking about it, and I start getting a little bit of the themes and the plot going, and he instantly grabbed onto it, and Raise the Sun was in an early development. We got home back to his place and wrote and did a lot of the screenplay and the plot and the basic idea of Rays of the Sun in probably about 4 hours. We stayed up from about 10 to 2 a.m. just writing. Found our lead actor Katai, and ultimately found our lead actress Nori kind of on accident and really last minute.
When Jacob asked me to do this role, he came up to me with this great idea. He came through this entire script, and then he kind of blew me away when he asked me to be Jonah. And then I asked him, well, why do you want me to play this character? And he's like, well, see, I really wanted someone attractive. And I was great. And then he finished it off with, but not really. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you, Jacob.
Being that we make this much money, we've really had to rely on a lot of techniques and that are very low budget. You know, we can't go and be making all these huge sci-fi or using green screens. And we are teaching ourselves and teaching our actors and actresses and telling them what we want, and they're learning how to give it back to us.
And I actually really do appreciate the opportunity that Jake and Jacob have given me just to shoot this film. We've been having so much fun and just constantly bouncing ideas back and forth at each other. From the time they read the script to me, this was just been the only thing on my mind for the last 3 months we've been doing this. And so constantly working on this character that they developed for me, and to really put myself in this character, it's just been really fun.
So my personal favorite scene that we've done so far is the car chase scene, and so far from the editing, I'm really loving it. It makes it seem very high speed, quick. It was really fun to film as well, because I personally got to use my own kind of Mad Max vehicle, the Toyota 4Runner, and take some of my friends and our group, the Renegade Toyotas, and take some of our scrappy cars that we love to just thrash on. And so those vehicles we actually personally own, we personally work on, and just to be able to go out there and rip it, it was just really fun, especially to see what our vehicles can do.
One of our best days of filming was easily the car chase sequence that we have, and that was just a lot of fun because, well, for starters, he said we get to play with fire.
I think the scariest part was when we had to light a ski pole on fire using a diesel oil, some lighter fluid, and a rag to make it look like it was like this Mad Max scene. That's what we were really going for.
I remember looking at this fire extinguisher, I was like, is that really going to be necessary? And then like take 4, yeah, it kind of was. We started a small fire, but it's okay, it was brief. Fire safety crew jumped on that. Oh man, we just kept on coming up with ideas, and I think that's what extended the shoot, and that's why the sequence to us, I think, is really most of our favorites.
Something that we're looking forward to as we continue Rays of the Sun. Not only making it a complete film, but really starting to add Jacob and I's perspective on how we want to make movies. You know, we don't want to just put all this energy into make a crappy movie, or, you know, just make this an exercise. Like, we want to take what we've learned from directors that we like, films that we like, and make our own flavor, our own point of view of how movies should be done, and especially this being our first full feature, you know, over 30 minutes. So what we're really hoping to see is not only that people like it, but that people can also have a conversation after the movie about what they thought about, what could have been better, what was really good. Jacob and I been friends for a very long time, but one of our favorite things about films and films we like is that we get to discuss it afterward. That we almost need to watch it again because, man, there was symbols, there were themes, there's that movie, there's relationships that we just want to rewatch and re-see because it was just so good. We couldn't get enough of it.
We don't want to cut any corners here. We don't want to do anything that is going to come across as that we didn't give our best. You know, we all have a lot of passion behind this project, and we want that to show when you watch the film. You know, and that's something that's very important to me. Is that if you watch it, regardless of what you think about it, that if you can tell, hey, the people who made this film really cared about every little detail, then my job will be a success.
Because we're not cutting corners, we really want to capture everything that we can as best as we can. And so that's why it's not a 2-month project, this is now a whole year project.
Lastly, I want to give a big thank you to anyone who has worked on the film, whether it be cast or crew. I don't want to name names here just because I know I'll leave people out, but you know who you are, and we thank you so much. And for you guys watching this here, just to give you a little notice, you can expect a finished product by the end of next summer.